What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? It's your boy, Big Low Country. 80s, baby. Straight from the 80s. What in the world? So, look, we got Coach Ron is in here. What's going on, Coach Ron?
Hey, y'all. And maybe you hear Shaka, our dog, making noise in the background.
Look, man, for everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. Before, I know what you're thinking. You say, hey, Coach Low, where's your Falcons gear? I had to go back to the 80s. I went in my closet and found the most 80s thing I could find, a leather sweatshirt, and, and you're going to see the reason why in just a second. But look, make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you share this channel with your friends and family. And also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Definitely. So, I got to show love to everybody that's showing love to me. Got Coach John Brooks in here. What's going on, Coach John? What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? He says, I hit and I hope we sign Calais Campbell. But I'm not getting my hopes up. I kind of hope we sign D-Hop. So, we got a few things that we need to talk about. Coach Grandizer's in here. Just contact Big Low on Twitter. Yes, we're on Twitter, having a good time. We love to, stir up some controversy and ask some questions and kind of get everybody thinking. Nate Bill, what's going on? Melvin Emery, much love to you. It says, what's going on, man? Atlanta Falcons rise up. Will Amy, 912 thing, C Pope. Ghost Pepper's in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Joseph Thornton, I know he got that oil for me. Sterling Woods says if he falls to us, take him. Big mistake. Brian Peoples, Big Low Country boy in here. I see you in here, man. Much love. Coach Tigmeister, Coach Padre, what's going on? Nicholas Julian, what's up to you, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You might say, hey, Lo, why you wearing the leather sweatshirt? Look, first of all, because Coach Ronald say I don't diversify my wardrobe.
No, you wear the same stuff all the time.
I got all kind of.
I bought that for you because it's something different. It looks nice, and the first time you wearing it is the proof of point about the Falcons
in the 80s. Because we going back to the 80s. Look here. So Coach Rona, she got me this. I remember the event. It was for a daily concert. We went to the center stage. Coach Rona, I didn't know if we were at an R&B concert or a Little Scrappy concert because she was throwing bowls to get us to the front of the line, to the right in front of the stage. So I remember when she got this shirt. So this shirt, it means a whole lot to me. But every time I look at it, I'll be like, man, boy, if I was in the 80s, boy, I'll be rocking. But the reason why I wore this shirt today is because the Atlanta Falcons are going back to the 80s and 90s type Atlanta Falcons. So if y'all haven't heard, Eddie Goldman, he just reinstated himself. He said he's coming back, after he just retired abruptly.
You did a video about it.
We did a video about it. Before they got to the player orientation, you're like, nah, man. You see Marcus throw that ball? I think I'm good on that. So he just shut it down. Now he want to come back. Back then didn't want us. Now we hot, y'all on us. Calais Campbell talking about coming to the Atlanta Falcons. So that's why I question this video after free agency. If you make these moves, if you get a Calais Campbell, do you get a Jalen Collins? Also, we have a few other things to talk about. DeAndre Hopkins, they're talking about bringing him in, Coach Ronnie.
You did a video about that.
I did a video about DeAndre Hopkins. Make sure that you go and check it on the channel. Before the offseason started, right? Or was it right at the beginning?
It was like right at the beginning.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I think Falcons might make a run. DeAndre Hopkins. So we're going to see. At least we know that they made a run. They're interested. So, look, I told the truth in that point. Pax Paints, what's going on with you, man? Much love to you. We're aiming live from Savannah, Georgia. That's right. Nicholas Julian, he says, man, have to realistically ask, you think we can compete with Carolina for the South? Do I think we can compete with Carolina? The question is, can Carolina compete with us, Bo? At the end of the day, look, we know that they made some moves. They done did a couple of things, but at the end of the day, this is gonna be our division for years to come. 330 in here. Much love to you. He says, trying to find your way back, way back. Much love to you, Bo. Daquan Jackson's in here. Much love to you, man. Much love to you. So Coach Padre says, hello, future Super Bowl MVP quarterback Losop L Country. What? He says, I have not seen the announcement for your signing. The petition is loading as we. We got another. You see, y'all finna get me in trouble. Y'all remember what happened last time? We had petitions. So look, I don't know. For everybody don't know, another shameless plug. I'm on my adventure to become the next starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. Make sure that you check the 40-yard dash video. Yeah, it was something serious. I had to show everybody what it was. But look, Padre, we appreciate that. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Orange Juice Jones, much love to you, Bo. Michael's in here. What's going on, fam? Yes, it is our time. It is definitely our time this year. We finna show up. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it big. So let's look at the defensive line for the Atlanta Falcons this year, right? So I mean, number one, you got a Mr. Grady Jarrett. You got him out here, doing big things. You got David Onyemata. You got him. He's gonna be doing big things. You got Taquan Graham, who a lot of people are forgetting about, right? You got Eddie Goldman coming back. You still have Jalen Dalton, who has a heck of a motor on him. And you could possibly have a Calais Campbell. The question is, and I'm going to ask the chat to see what y'all think. Let's just go ahead and jump on into it, And I apologize in my leather sweater, my leather sweatshirt. If it's kind of wrinkly, it's hard to iron leather. I didn't know what to do. How did they fix this in the 80s? How did they fix this, Coach Roddy?
It's not leather.
It's shiny. Why it ain't leather?
Oh my gosh.
It's shiny like leather. Anyway, I'm sorry. If you feel like the Falcons should still draft a Jalen Carter, this is the Carter. If you feel like you should still draft Jalen Carter after all of these moves, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, they might want to look in a different direction, go after a Christian Gonzalez. Some people said a Bijan Robinson. Some people said that name. If you feel like they need to go in a different direction, put a 2 in the chat. I legit want to know what y'all think. We're going to talk about Bijan Robinson in this show tonight. So we got a few things that we need to kind of kick around because I definitely want to know what's on everybody's mind. So if you still think we should go after Jalen Collins, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where let's go in a different direction, let's kind of split off a little bit, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. Just want to know what y'all thinking. As I style and profile my wrinkly leather sweatshirt, you know what it did. Maybe I'm just like my mother. That's what I feel like saying, Coach Roddy. She's never satisfied. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Popping and laughing too.
Oh man. So let me see here. Let me see what everybody's thinking, because that was the $1 million question today. That's the $1 million question today. I put it up on Twitter and I got a few answers. A lot of people were talking about Christian Gonzalez. He's a transcendent cornerback, Coach Ronan. Big, tall, lanky cornerback, big old tall glass of water. He's like 6'2". Got fluid hips, got hips like water.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
What?
When you describe that is perfectly fine.
Yeah, your boy got fluid hips. Hips just pop one side to the other. You need to change direction, pop. That's what he do. Oh man. Daquan says that D line is looking great. Yes, it is. Nicholas Julian said one last thing. I could believe Marcus Mariota got another job with that scrub move he pulled on Thursday night.
I wouldn't even say it was the Thursday night football. It was how he left the team. That's
Yeah.
why I'm surprised he got
Yeah.
another job.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. That was
Shocked.
tough. That was tough. Padre says Daniel Jeremiah said that my pro day was transcendent. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. They ain't seen nothing yet. I tried to go throw at Auburn because I got a couple of credits at Auburn with Cam. But Cam wouldn't let me. He said I was going to outshine him.
Did you hear Shannon talking about Cam going
No,
throwing to Auburn? He was
say?
like, Cam needs to realize that he's one of those average quarterbacks. One of those randoms. Is that what he said? Average
One
of
those randoms,
He
yeah.
said Cam needs to realize that he's one of those randoms. He hasn't played a full season since 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They say he hasn't been to a Pro Bowl since 2015 or 2017.
I think 2017?
Yeah, it might have been 2017.
Yeah.
And he was like, you won the MVP in 2015. You got to stop talking about what you were and realize what you are. And you are one of the randoms.
The thing about Cam, you can tell by what he talked about that. It's one of those situations where he sounds like a guy who he hates the place that he's currently in. Mm-hmm. Like he's so used to being, one of the cool kids, and now he's not one of the cool kids anymore. He really hates it.
Well, I went to school with him, so he grew up being a talented athlete.
Yeah,
like he always was praised for his athleticism. He was actually pretty quiet, but I was a senior when he was a freshman. But so to go through your whole life and now you're in your mid-30s and you've been used to everyone talking about how you're an exceptional talent. Yeah. You're not going to think, oh, well, actually I'm older now. I don't have the same impact. You're going to still think I'm still the exceptional talent. People should still want me.
But see, that's the thing. It's all about your mentality, because that's what I'm going through now. Right.
What are you going through now? I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like for years, everybody's told me about, how much of an athlete I am. And, and it's like, I
forget you're the next Falcons quarterback.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, so now it's one of those cases where it's like, hey, break it down a little bit, low. You're not, you can't run a 4.2 anymore. Maybe it's 4.4, but you at the end of the day, you're still low. So I mean, that's just something that I just had to, come to grips with. I'm sorry. Anyway, stir the wood.
Thank you for sharing how an athlete goes through
Big
life.
Lowe's corner. That's what it is.
Got you.
Look, so Will Amy's in here. He said two. He said you go ahead and move on. Don't take somebody else. Sterling Wood, he's naked. He's all about getting Jalen Carter. Nabil said you get somebody else. Drez says you get somebody else. You don't worry about Jalen Carter. ETV, he says, hey man, he's Jalen Carter. You go ahead and get him. You go ahead and get him. Grandizer's in here talking about my raw sexuality. See?
Yeah. I think he likes the leather.
The leather sweatshirt. Like candy. Even when you talk, it takes over me. Those Thornton, Oblivion, Empire. They say too. Oblivion Empire says, hey, you go after Nolan Smith. It's the wrong Bulldogs. You go after that other young Thundercat over there that could, take things to a whole nother level. Tigmeister, he says Falcons, they're gonna stick it up this year. What in the world? I don't know. Tony Terry and Lil Quan, they all think that we should still go after Jalen Carter. They think you need to go ahead and make that move. So I mean, it looks like it's a little bit of a mixture. Will Amy says he ain't down for it. Daquan says no. Daquan says you get a cornerback. Padre says 1 if he falls to us at 8. So this is part of the conversation that we wanted to have. It's like, when are you at a position? Because I feel like this is where the Atlanta Falcons have been for the last few years. I would say most of the Thomas Dimitroff era, we drafted for need, and there were many times where the team was subpar when it came to overall talent. So it's like, if I'm drafting for a need and I need a left guard, but there's this guy here that's, he's a generational pass rusher. I'm just drafting for need. So I'm going to let TJ Watt go and, get somebody else, So, I mean, that's kind of where, that's kind of where we're at now. It's like, and some people would venture to say that they don't know Jalen Carter, if he would be the best player available at 8. Shouts out to one time for the fan. He says, I'm upset. Falcons look like they won't sign me. Look, unless you big low country, you ain't finna get signed, bro. It's not coming. It's not coming. Oh man. Ray Fidget said, do you like the defensive end Isaiah Land out of FAMU? I think he'll be a good fit with the Falcons. Man, that young man will be a good fit anywhere. He'd be a good fit anywhere. Coach Padre says, Coach Lowe, your sweater screams. It's my prerogative. Oh my God. Da, da, da. That's a Superman check. Oh man. Wait a minute. Molly Marlin here says, wait, is it okay to get butt naked in here? I'm feeling kind of fuzzy. What's up with Molly Marlin, Coach Roddy? No, hey. How y'all doing today?
That's how he enters the room.
That's how he enters the room.
Can I get naked now?
Like, what in the world? Wait a minute, we got a big Superman chat in here for Coach. Let's get it. He says, Coach, I know that you know sports, and I do too. Shake, shake, shake. I'm here for the lowdown. Did he say he wants the lowdown?
Yes.
That's what he said?
Yes.
Well, look, Coach, I know that you know sports, and your boy Low do too. But look here, man. That's that $25. That's that $25. So I got to wait a minute. It's the 80s though, right? 80s.
Yeah, it's the 80s.
It's the 80s. So look.
Oh gosh, what are you doing?
I'm doing the moonwalk.
There's a lot of buildup.
I'm doing the moon. It's $25.
Okay.
Hold on. Billie Jean, come on. That's a Superman shit. Appreciate it, Coach. Much love to you, man. Shout out to Coach. Let's get it. Look, he actually started his own sports channel. So y'all make sure that y'all check out Coach Let's Get It, man. He's going to be dropping the Atlanta sports as well. Positive Falcons content creators. Him, ATL, GA Faithful, all those boys, man. One time for the fan. Much love to him. So the question is, Model Moss says, we're not getting Calais. He's such a hater. Such a hater. But the question is that in our situation, do you legit go best player available? And who is everybody's best player available? That's the question. I'm going to tell you something, Coach Ronan. As of right now, and I never talk like this. Mm-hmm. As of right now, Bijan Robinson could be the best running back in the NFL.
Oh, gosh. Are we that hard up for a running back?
That's the thing. That's the thing. We're not that hard.
Right.
Tyler Algier just broke the rookie record.
Right.
But if you're a best player, if you're a legit best player available, you're at 8.
I don't know if I agree with the best player available.
What you mean?
I kind of feel like you got to draft for the positions that you need.
But where did that get us? Where did that get us in the past?
Oh my God!
It's like all the teams that legit going to Super Bowls and making deep playoff runs, they getting BPAs.
Oh, boy.
Think about it. The Eagles last year, it's like they got Jordan Davis. They didn't really need Jordan Davis. That whole defensive line room was packed, but they got the best player available. Nakobe Dean, they didn't really need Nakobe Dean, but he was the best player available. It's like if you want to get that generational talent that'll take you to a whole nother level, the question is like, do you get best players available?
That's the chat.
So I want to ask y'all. Well, I'll let you ask it, Coach Ronan. Ask the chat what they think.
So if you think we should get the best player available in the draft, put a 1 in the chat. If you think we should draft for need, whatever we need, put a 2 in the chat. Let's see what y'all are thinking.
Man. So you're on the side of you want to draft for need. Question is, what do you need right now?
I know, and that's why that's such a hard thing to say, because you're like, well, I could use this and I could use that. It wouldn't hurt to get another running back. So you can kind of make any position a need, but I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about best player available. I just don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. JJ the Great with the Superman chat. He says, Coach, if you the next Falcons quarterback, I got a question. What move you hitting Cam Jordan with to get out of the pocket? Man, I feel to hit him with that.
Wait, what's the noise?
Huh?
You gonna hit him with what?
I'm hit with that. Get off me.
You can't hold me.
You can't hold me.
Get off me.
Get off me. Drake, catch it. Oh man. Final boy Phelps, he says, I wouldn't mind B. John. Coach Wilder says, yeah, we'll stick with the BPA. So let me see here. Cool B said we need Dean.
That's what I'm saying. You can kind of make anything a need.
Exactly.
Well, we do need a generational talent running back. Like,
I mean, it's like I put it to you like this right here, Coach Ronnie. It's like I look at you build rosters kind of like going to the grocery store, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go to the grocery store, like for example, like we're counting macros. We know we need chicken. We need boneless, skinless
protein,
chicken breast. Yeah,
carbs and fat.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But better yet, I'll put it to you the same way the same thing that my dad said to my grandma whenever he came courting Mama Country in the Low Country. Ain't no telling how many years ago. I ain't gonna say way back. You talk about way back? Oh, way back. My daddy, he said, look, he said, Miss Grandma Country. He said, I'm gonna give her all the things she needs and some of the things that she won't. See, that's a player line right there. That's a player line. All the things you need and some of the things that you won't. That's the way I feel like you build rosters. You get all the things you need, but if you see a guy here that you legit want, you go ahead and get him. You go ahead and get him. For example, Kyle Pitts 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, was he necessarily a need?
No.
You had Hayden Hurst on the roster. Now, I mean, granted, Hayden Hurst, he's not on the roster anymore.
You may say that he was a need, though, because Julio was leaving.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley was shaky.
I mean, so what was it? Was the ones best player available?
Best player available.
So, you know what you always say about men in sports, right? Mm-hmm. You always say we always
like
go
the
for
shiny
the shiny, flashy things.
Yeah, I do.
You know, so we're going to see if that applies in this situation. Project Warrior, Ben Quavius, they say, hey, give me the best player available. Mm-hmm. Todd Terry says, you go off of the need. Mm-hmm. Sterling Woods, BPA. Cool Beans, Will Amy, Jermaine, they're going off of the need. They said that you're going off of the need. RJ, Orange Juice Jones, Daquan put 11 ones in here. Coach, let's get it. Says 1 and 2 this year. So
JJ the Great said 2.
He put 22 twos. Mm-hmm. Isaac Crime says Ahumada, Grady Jarrett, Graham, Horn, and Goldman. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, Molly Moss says 5s. You pick the saddest player available.
Okay.
Man, boy. Okay. We know that y'all going down, Molly Moss, but you don't gotta put that off on us. Melvin Emery, he said, you know, he gave us a 1. He said you take that BPA. Isaac Crime says you go off of the need. Coach Wallace, he says 1, like Fontenot said, when he got hired, you fill holes with free agency and BPA in the draft.
He said that, huh?
He did say that.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that it seems like that's what he's kind of taking care of. So far it's like we needed a safety. I know before the season started last year, I said what would make this defense a top-notch defense this season is everybody's worried about the trenches. I like the safety play is really going to determine what.
Somebody commented too, talking about don't tell coach about the trenches. You know how irritated I get people talking about the trenches.
Trenches.
Oh, okay.
Like how are we going to win? Just the trenches.
Just trenches. Just fortify the trenches.
Like what?
Build up the trenches.
But I was saying that the safety play would really determine what that defense would do last year, right? And it's crazy. The big splash signing this year is a safety, right? So I mean, they filled those needs through free agency. They got some. Grady Jarrett. He was mad and upset. Boy, look like he wanted to cry.
Oh boy,
he was so mad.
Yeah.
Because he wants to put on for the city. So he said, "Man, it's the same thing, different year." What was the first move they made? Signed David Onyemata. Just took him from the Saints. It just took him. Took him. Molly Ball.
Shout out to Jamal.
Shout out to Molly Ball. Molly Ball was just standing there in front of the Caesar Pizza Superdome with their drawers around their ankles. Just took them.
Caesar Salad Stadium.
Oh man, Gaddix boy here. He says Falcons out here making moves. They don't know what we're gonna do in the draft. Man, that's the thing. It's like nobody knows. It's like years before we had an idea, and they threw us a curveball last year when they took Drake London. Yeah, I seen the video.
Yeah, that video.
Like I was like, who?
You weren't the only one. We were in the stadium with all the season ticket holders, and everybody was like, "What just happened? Who did we take?"
Coach Jacqueline, she says, no running backs. Let's keep building defense. We tried offensive route for years. Now let's stop someone for once on 3rd and 17.
Look, you can't argue with that.
You can't argue with that.
I get so sick of the only time we get them off the field on 3rd down is when they make a mistake.
They just dropped it.
They dropped it.
Oh man. Ooh. I'm so glad that guy can't catch.
Oh my gosh. Thank goodness he had on them Drake London arm warmers that make you drop everything.
What's going on, Charles B? 330 says, can a first round contract reflect the risk such as Jalen Carter?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, everybody is really pushing this Jalen Carter stuff. None of these red flags are concerning anybody.
They're concerning to me.
Nobody's concerned that he couldn't finish his pro day. That's fine. That's fine with y'all. Y'all still want to take him first?
I mean, everybody's saying that it's stress. That's what everybody's saying.
So you don't go to work when you stress?
My job makes me stress.
Thank you. Whose job doesn't really? Even if you enjoy what you do, you're still gonna be stressed. You still have deadlines to meet. You still have expectations, things that you have to manage your time to do and complete and finish. Like, so everybody deals with stress. Exactly. You don't even have to go to work. Even if you're a stay-at-home parent, you're still stressed.
Exactly. I enjoy my job, just in case my boss is watching. I enjoy my job. But yes, I agree with you, Coach Ron. It's like, you're going to be stressed. And you're going to be a professional athlete, so you're going to be dealing with some of the worst stress.
Yeah, so you're saying he couldn't handle the stress then trying out for the team, but he'll be fine handling the stress when he's a professional athlete, millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people in the stadium screaming at him, millions of people watching him on TV, judging him, critiquing him. And the expectations put on him by the organization, family, friends, because it's not just on the field. Now he's going to be a millionaire. He's going to have a lot of expectations from his family and his friends to do and take care of. He's going to have to balance all of that, figure out how to spend his money so he doesn't go broke. Like, these are stressful situations.
It's a stressful situation.
So you're about to entrust your team's most valuable pick this year to someone who doesn't do their job well when they're stressed?
That's the thing. You're talking about a 4-year commitment at minimum.
Right.
I mean, there have been guys who been cut before their contract, that voidable year it's come, or that 5th year option can be declined, but that's still a lot to invest. And whenever, especially, there's a lot of other names out there. You got the Nolan Smiths out there that's running up the board. A lot of people are talking about Bijan Robinson. Like I said, some people say he could be the best running back in the league right now. They say he's, as soon as he gets drafted, he's the best running back in the league. That's what people are saying. That's a lot.
That's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot. But I mean, one thing that we've seen over the years is that these young Thundercats that get drafted into the league, those end up being the guys, right? You look at Breece Hall last year. Like, Breece Hall was looking like he was one of those guys before he got hurt. Kenneth Walker, right? Like, he was looking like one of the best running backs in the league. I mean, you can keep going back farther and farther. Derrick Henry, he was a late bloomer, but everybody could see that, like, look, if he just gets his mind right, he's going to be a beast. But even going back to when Ezekiel Elliott came into the league, like, I mean, we just see it over and over again. It's like these young Thundercats coming into the league are just, they're getting these running backs, they riding them hard and putting them away wet, Coach Ron.
So I'm seeing Relly 1090 said that grief comes in many forms.
It does.
And then he also said we got to think that he lost a friend during this, and Cool Beans stated that it's a different kind of stress that he's dealing with now.
That's a different kind of stress.
It is a different kind of stress. I don't know. I'm just looking at it, wondering overall, is whenever he deals with things or goes through something, is he going to have the mental fortitude to be able to come back and do what he needs to do? Or is he somebody that you might want to just steer clear of?
Different people handle it different ways. I know, I lost a best friend whenever I was about his age. And, there was a lot of things I couldn't do that I used to do. You know what I'm saying? And, some things I just had to work myself through. And maybe, that's, hopefully he's talking with somebody, getting some help, because that grief, man, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Todrick, he says, I think we missed the opportunity by passing on Nicole Hardman. Your thoughts? Well, that's ironic that you bring that up, Todrick, because according to my sources, some people are saying that the reason why we passed on Nicole Hardman is because they're trying to get DeAndre Hopkins. That's what people are saying. They're saying that, that's the DeAndre Hopkins, Nicole Hardman. That's. I feel like Nicole Hardman could bring something completely different that DeAndre Hopkins can't bring with his speed. Like, he can stretch the field out. So we could stretch him out, pound him into submission.
Okay. Nothing. I just said okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Stretch him out, pound him into submission.
We heard you.
Stretch him out first. Okay. And pound him into submission.
Okay.
But it's like, but I feel like DeAndre Hopkins, he could also bring something to this team that we don't have, which is a veteran presence in the wide receiver room. I mean, I know that, Cordero Patterson played wide receiver in this league for a lot of years, but he can only be in so many rooms, right? So, DeAndre Hopkins, I feel like he could legit kind of help take things to a whole nother level. Champagne Bath is in here. He says, you can't argue with the need. We need a wide receiver more than we do Jalen Carter at this point. I mean, I agree. It's like,
you talking about from the draft though?
I think just period. The defensive line, I think we're especially if we get Calais Campbell, like I think he's 30. Only thing is people worried about his age, because he's 37.
That's very old.
Well, he got 5 sacks last year. That's 5 times more than a lot of 22, 23-year-olds. So, I mean, yes, it's old, but it's still productive. I mean, I understand it's old. I still take him in a heartbeat. Like, I ain't turning Calais Campbell down. Would I like to have him 5-6 years ago? Yes. 1,000 times yes. But I still take Calais Campbell in 2023. Who you rather have, Calais Campbell or Stephen Means? Who you rather have, Colorado? One or the other. Give me Calais Campbell. And the thing I love about Calais Campbell, I just want to hear him get interviewed because he sounds like he'd be drinking hot sauce.
What is that? What is that? What does that even mean?
Huh?
He sounds like he drinks hot sauce. What does that mean?
You never heard him talk before?
No, I've never heard.
Hey, my name is Calais Campbell. Hey, my name is Calais Campbell. We really got this win. I got no sacks in this game. So yes, I want Calais Campbell.
And you like that?
I love it. Each time they just drunk some hot sauce. Lucas MG, what in the world, Bo? He says, how much cap space is left for the Falcons? Coach Rhoda, can you check up on that for us?
Last I heard it was like 22 million or something.
Last time I heard it was 26. You know, so I mean, you know, we're gonna see. Billy Mills says, as long as D-Hop ain't teaching Drizzy to take roids. No, hold on.
Oh, yeah, he did get in trouble for some drugging.
He got jammed up a little bit.
He sure did.
He got jammed up. Oh, man. One time for the fans, the Falcons made the Ellis move around 11 to 11:30. So I'm happy. So I'm hoping we still have time up there in Flowery Branch. I mean, yeah, they did. You know, hopefully it's one of those situations where we can make something happen. Relly says he got a permanent frog in his throat. Yeah, and I love it. My name is Calais Campbell. Cool beans. Much love to you. Forever for Bay says, I want Kyle to have like 1,200 touchdowns this year. I'm tired of people playing with his name. I mean, look, this is going to be Kyle Pitts' opportunity. You know, he's going to have somebody next to him that's, you know, a productive tight end. You know, I mean, Austin Hooper was a productive tight end as well.
Falcons have $23,933,094.
Okay. I mean, I can work with that. After all the moves that we made, they still got $23 million. Mm-hmm. Man, boy, you got to love old Terry. Jacqueline says Calais Campbell in the Atlanta Falcons jersey already made more plays than Tack McKinnon.
Wow. Wow.
Bang, bang. In the words of Jack Spade, sheesh. Brian Little says, what's going on, Big Low? What in the world? What's going on, man? What's going on? I don't know if you know, if you ever heard Ed Orgeron talk, Coach Ronnie, but he sounds like Calais Campbell. I love it. Sounds like he swallowed a weed whacker. I love it.
Okay.
Love it. Yeah, Coach Wild. So you about hit it on the head. About $23 million left.
Somebody said if y'all want to run it back, Charles B said, what about Ezekiel Elliott?
I'm good on Ezekiel Elliott.
Why are you passing on Ezekiel?
Well, I feel like he's on the decline.
I do too.
You know, if you go look at his yards per game.
Yeah. You don't even have to look at that. If you watch the games, he looks like he's struggling.
It's like I feel like he could be a good number 2 back. But
okay.
I mean,
feel abrupt too. I feel like he should have had more years, but maybe he just got used so much.
I don't know if you remember, like, what was that? Like 3-4 years, 3 years ago, he put on like a few extra pounds. And that's whenever his play started to decline a little bit. Everybody like, man, y'all seen Ezekiel Elliott's head? He got a big old head now. His head wasn't that big before.
Did he stop wearing the belly shirts?
Nah, he still wore the belly
still
shirt.
Wore
yeah, he still wore the belly shirt. But he put on a little bit of weight.
Was it muscle?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it was a little bit chubby. Yeah, it wasn't muscle. Oh man, ATL GFA was as Zeke been done.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think you put another young Thundercat with him. That's just the way to go now. So if you get a Jahmyr Gibbs, the guy who I've been pushing for, and you know what, guys, I hate that I even said it because every time I have a running back that I'm on board for, like we never go that direction. And then one of our rivals get them, and then they go off. Now I'm gonna tell you somebody, and me and Coach Wallace, we were talking about him the other day, and Coach Molly Mall, he's gonna get upset whenever I say this, but because for some reason Saints fans think he's a secret because he plays at Tulane, and they're like, man, if we could get Spears from Tulane, we're in there. I'm like, I know Terry Fontenot went to Tulane, right? Like, this is not a secret. So y'all make sure y'all check him out. Spears from Tulane. He's another good running back. He's the complete package. He has the speed, has the footwork, good size. He can get everything done. He can get everything done. Coach Padre says Tajay Spears' season is almost here. Yeah. Spears is nice.
Cartier Thompson said, "Have a blessed night, coaches."
Cartier, you take care, Bo. Don't do nothing that we would do now. Champagne Bass says, could Marcus Peters bring us some depth? Yeah, I think he could. And he'll bring us some experience for that young Thundercat backfield. Look, I have something that I do need y'all to bring us. If you're excited about, whoever we're going to draft, with the 8th pick, or it could be a different pick. You need a way to express that. Something that you can bring to the stream right now is that like button. That's what you can bring to us. If you could, make sure that you hit that like button. I promise you, we'll dance at your wedding one day. Miller Mill says, Coach Lowe, Kendra Miller from TCU is lit too. Oh yeah. Well, I'm sorry. He said I ate too. That's a huge difference. But yeah, I remember checking them out. Whenever before Georgia kicked them in between the washing machine and the dryer. I checked them out. I was like, oh, okay. That didn't give us some problems there, but no problems.
No problem at all.
No problems. We had the answers to the test. Orange Juice Jones says trade back for a 1 and 3 second round. Man, I wish. Because there was someone, I forget who exactly it was, somebody on Twitter, and we it's not the source hasn't been verified, but they said that Falcons brass really likes the edge rusher out of Georgia, Nolan Smith. They said they love his personality, and they're thinking about getting him. The only way I would get Nolan Smith is if I trade back to the middle of the first. I can't.
He's not a high pick.
I mean, he's not projected top 10, but like I said, he's been shooting up the draft board. So, but if it's one of those situations where we mess around and get a Nolan Smith, I wouldn't be mad at it. I really would be excited about bringing some of that Georgia winning pedigree.
Well, a lot of people would.
Yeah,
love to see a Georgia boy.
Love to see a Georgia boy, definitely. It'll be like taking it back to the 80s. That's why I'm wearing the leather sweatshirt, y'all. Y'all might wonder, is a leather sweatshirt, Coach Ron?
You already told you it wasn't leather, so why are you asking me like you forgot?
It's a leather sweatshirt. Leather don't wrinkle like this. You see that?
It doesn't wrinkle at all. It's thick.
Huh? You ain't never seen leather wrinkle before?
I've seen like creases in it.
Creases, right there.
Those are wrinkles.
Leather sweatshirt. Gotta love it, boy. Back to the 80s. That's what I'm taking it to. If it is love, that's what I'm taking it to, Coach Ron. That's what these Falcons are doing. They're going to be winning games with defense, like in the 80s and the early 90s. Like in 1998, winning games with defense. It's a beautiful thing. Tony Wright says, now Fowler and McKinley will be in Dallas doing nothing but collecting checks. Yeah, man. I don't know. Is Keanu Neal still in Dallas, or did he? No, he went to the Bucks. But
they're in Dallas now, huh?
Yeah, well, Fowler is. I didn't know. I don't think McKinley is.
He just said that he thought they signed today. I'll look it up.
Wow. Dwayne P says Nolan reminds me of Michael Parsons. Yeah, I remember I really wanted Michael Parsons in the draft 2-3 years ago, but that didn't work. That didn't work. Coach Waddle says, Nolo, if Nolan is our guy with the 8th pick, then make it happen. Coach Waddle said, got naked for Nolan Smith. Oh man, yeah, I want to trade back. Let's see if we could stack up some of these this draft capital. Miller Mill says, when did Nolan Smith get hurt? Did he have a full season? If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he got hurt. Now I could very well be wrong, but I don't think he got hurt. Jaden says, can Mike Hughes help our DB room, coach? Yes, he definitely can. Right now, especially for the cornerback slots, we need all the help we can get, Bo. We need all the help that we can get. Hopefully, something might ring true for Mike Hughes, that he didn't previously have the other places that he was at. I mean, he was a first-round pick, but it was one of those situations where, some people say he didn't perform up to the first-round expectations. But look, you got Ryan Nielsen now, so we're gonna see what happens with that. Jacqueline says, what if the Falcons make a wide receiver, take the wide receiver from Ohio State with the 8th pick? Lord have mercy. Don't do it.
I thought you said you're supposed to get best player available, though.
I don't feel like he's the best player available.
That's what you feel like. What if the team is like, oh, the best player available is a wide receiver right now?
Now, look, they can feel how they want to feel. That's them. Everybody got different feelings. I mean, of course I would support it, but 8? Ain't no wide receiver in this draft to be taken in the top 10 if we keep it honest and above. Ain't nobody out there that I'm taking in the top 10. But Terry make a whole lot more money than I do.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell. I mean, look, he deserves. He do things I can only dream of. Terry Fontenot hit on my grandma. I like, Terry, calm down. Oh man, see, that's why. See, one of these days I just want to hit on random people, grandma.
Other people's grandma.
Yeah, just hit on random people's grandma. Be like, hey, how you doing? Like, oh, I'm his grandmother. You ain't nobody's grandmother. I like, Terry, you sound like you practiced that.
That was a little too smooth, Terry.
Oh man, yeah, Terry, he's the man. He's the man. Okay, RJ says that Nolan he tore his pec earlier in the season. I do remember that now. He tore that pec muscle. Zach Carbonet from UCLA, Tajay Spears from Tulane, and Keaton Mitchell from East Carolina are the 3 running backs we should be looking at drafting one of them. Jaden hits us with a good point. He says Mac Hollins, Drake London, a solid wide receiver core. So you know anything about Mac Hollins, Coach Ron?
Mm-mm.
All right, so Mac Hollins went to college, and maybe this is another one of them nepotism things. Mac Hollins went to college in North Carolina.
Okay.
Same as Arthur Smith.
Okay.
What you looking like that for?
Nothing, Go ahead.
But yeah. So last year, the whole Henry Ruggs situation. Mac Hollins, he actually came on pretty strong the second half of the year. Had his best game against.
Oh, right, the wide receiver from Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Mac Hollins, he had his biggest game was against guess who?
Who?
Tennessee Titans.
So somebody was watching.
Somebody was watching.
That's what you said.
Somebody was watching.
Somebody was watching that game. All All right.
I think he had like 8, 9, 10, 11 catches for like 165 yards, somewhere around there. I mean, and you know, sometimes whenever players have big games like that, another team looks at it and says, "Hey, we can use that kind of talent on our team." But the biggest attribute that I seen about Mac Hollins wasn't his numbers. It wasn't how big and how tall or how fast he is.
What was it?
He runs a 4.5 40. By the way, almost up there with me.
I was just gonna say you probably dust them then.
Dust him off.
What was the most impressive thing?
He was a team captain. So he wasn't the best player.
Yeah.
You know,
he still was a captain.
He was still the captain. He, you know, you had Devontae Adams, Henry Ruggs, Hunter Renfrow, all in that wide receiver room. But Mac Hollins was a captain.
Interesting.
That
speaks of his character.
That speaks of his character. And you know, I went and watched some videos about him on YouTube, and apparently he has this he does this thing, I believe it's on Instagram, where he reads children's books on Instagram.
He just reads children's books out
to the kids. Okay. Yeah, you know, and he has like a little reading club and everything
for kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know,
that's nice.
I definitely am. I'm a Mac Hollins fan. You know, I'm on board. You know.
Well, you know, Falcons like character.
We like character. So. Now that's just off the field. Now on the field, he's a big old tall glass of water. I think he's like 6'4", 220, something like that. 4.5 40. So you know he can move deceptively fast. You know, some of us are just fast. Some of us are deceptively fast.
Which one are you?
I'm just fast.
You just fast.
I'm a cheetah, not a goose.
Yeah. Oh, forgot.
Hello.
If y'all haven't seen it, y'all go check out Big Low Country's 40-yard dash video on his way to be the Atlanta Falcons quarterback.
That's right. Go check it out. If you ain't never seen it, go check out the 40-yard dash video. You know, I had to show him that, you know, what I'm capable of. Bottom Boy Phelps, he said Bernhard is a sleeper on our wide receiver core. I feel like he could be a sleeper because, you know, him and Desmond Ridder have some chemistry. You know, so I mean that could be something. Coach Tony Wright says I watched film on Mac Hollins. He has nice size. He said the same thing, deceptive speed, but the most impressive thing I saw was his hands. The dude catches everything, and you know that's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need him to catch everything I throw to him. Billy Mills says, "Low, if Wilson Carter and Gonzalez is still there at 8, somehow, what do we do?" Wilson, Carter, and Gonzalez are there. Give me Gonzalez.
Wow.
Give me Gonzalez.
Why you say that?
I mean, look, we bolstered the defensive line already. You got a chance to put a generational talent beside AJ Terrell. That's going to give your defense a whole lot of freedom as far as coverages on the inside, as long as you have these guys out here that, you know, you don't even have to worry about them. You know, so yeah, I mean, give me Christian Gonzalez. If I had to choose between those 3 guys, give me Christian Gonzalez. Let's see here. Jacqueline says Thomas would have gave Mac Hollins 4-year deal for $60 million, $45 million guaranteed.
Oh man, y'all still talking about that man?
Yes, he would have. Chris Lewis says, "Not a goose." What's up, Bo?
Oh, is that Chris?
Yeah. Oh man. Wait a minute. Champagne Poppy Patterson says, I'm taking Gonzalez too. Yeah,
Champagne Poppy.
Champagne Poppy. Wait a minute. This Drake. Champagne Poppy. This Drake.
Wait a minute. False Start Falcon said that Mac likes to walk around the city barefoot. He's chosen the barefoot lifestyle. Is that true?
I think I heard something about
you
that.
Remember, we saw those videos of people's feet like before and after they adapted the barefoot lifestyle.
Yeah.
When I tell you people's feet would be so muscular
It
from the barefoot lifestyle.
It was.
Like,
And they toes spread.
They toes spread, and then they can like walk on anything and they're fine.
Now I can walk on a lot of stuff.
You can walk on a lot of stuff.
But some stuff I'd be like, oh.
Not the barefoot lifestyle, people.
But you know the crazy thing is though, and you know what? I'll let you tell Coach Ronnie, because I want to sound like I'm bragging about when we go get pedicures.
Oh my gosh, he is bragging, and he loves to tell everybody that when we go get pedicures, the ladies at the shop always tell him how his feet are so soft. Yeah. So now y'all know, because everybody needs to know. According to Big Low Country.
Maybe it's part of the barefoot lifestyle.
You're not in the barefoot lifestyle, though.
I mean, I kind of am.
You're barely in the barefoot lifestyle.
I mean, every time I go check the bill.
Okay.
And when I take the dog out.
No, not every time you take the dog out. In fact, you have a pair of shoes by the door.
It's been cold.
So no, you don't do the barefoot
lifestyle. It's been cold here lately. I'm just saying, like during the summertime, I don't be wearing shoes.
Okay. I would say maybe you're 0.20% barefoot lifestyle.
What?
How about that?
You're such a hater. Oh my God. Just because I can walk around.
So Mac Hollins is in the barefoot lifestyle.
You're such a hater, Coach Roddy. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
My mom says, Big Low, real men don't have soft feet. What? Just because you have those gnarled.
Sandpaper heels. Don't be coming at my man and his soft feet.
Just because you got those gnarled dogs on at the end of your legs. Don't come to me talking about real men don't have soft feet. The way he be the Big Low, the soft foot band.
Oh my
God. You know, it's like me and Coach Ronnie, we had this thing. Well, I have this thing, Coach Ronnie. Like sometimes I like to see, you know, how stealthy I am.
He's not stealthy.
I'm terrible, y'all. I'm terrible. It's like I can step lightly, but most of the time one of my bones pop. Like in my ankles,
this
on my
y'all
knees,
future quarterback
on my feet.
Popping. Those rusty bones all through the house.
But sometimes, you know, just in case I need to do it one day, you know, because you know how you be watching the movies and people be like, oh, we got to be quiet.
That's your practice.
That's my practice.
Millie Mills said he is a Flintstone. Your boy is a Flintstone. He got some strong feet then. And they also say you have better stability like that.
You do.
I mean, that's another advantage. Y'all talking about all this great stuff about him. He also has a better stable base than most people.
I mean, it's like I know whenever I took like a health test, like back when I was in my early 20s, and like the first part of it, they made me stand on one foot on both legs. Mm-hmm. And they was like, and they checked to see, and like they would like lightly push me to see like how good my balance was. Mm-hmm. So I mean, look, that's if he's walking around barefooted, you know, and he got that good balance like that, that's, you know, that's a plus for us.
Yeah, it's a plus.
Yeah, that's a plus for us. I would definitely take it. Let's see here. Cool B says, soft feet make a soft shoe, pimp.
What?
Oh man. Gang said the Falcons should just draft defense in the first round. I think I'm there too. You know, it seems like the consensus is Christian Gonzalez. I know Coach Ronnie, she's basically going off of the need, and if anything, the need would be cornerback. You know, I mean,
why so quick to give up on Jalen Carter?
I mean, I'm not quick to give up on him.
Okay, but why would you take Gonzalez over Carter?
Because, like, based off of the depth, and you know, you see the title to the video after free agency, after all these moves that we made, it's like the defensive line is going to go from being a weakness. It was a weakness in February, and now in March, it's a strength. You know, it's amazing what some money could do for you. You know, so it's like now I'm sitting here like, well, I mean, do you get Jalen Carter? You know, the only one of the main reasons why I'd be like, well, look, you could get Jalen Carter is if you're just thinking about the future. If you're like, okay, Grady Jarrett ain't gonna be here in 2 years or 3 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and get Jalen Carter, so we could have somebody to step into his shoes whenever he leaves. That would be the main reason why I would get him. But I mean, like I said, the Falcons, they're kind of going best player available. So I don't know if that'll be one of those situations. Molly Mall says, Big Low, you don't have good balance. He said, you look like a top heavy G.
Oh my gosh. A top heavy G.
Turning the corner at 100 miles an hour. You tipping over.
It must be the leather shirt making them think about leather seats.
I'm glad you acknowledged it was leather shirt, Coach Ronan. You finally came around. Yeah.
Top heavy G.
For everybody, y'all wondering why I'm wearing the leather sweatshirt. I took it back to the 80s because the Falcons are taking it back to the 80s. It's a throwback kind of thing. Gang says Will Anderson would be nice. I would love Will Anderson, but I feel like the only way we'll be able to get him is if we trade up. Now, there have been rumors about the Falcons trading up to 3, but I ain't trading up unless it's just a good deal. Skylar Thomas says, I can't walk in my house barefoot. I have flat feet. He says, I look like I'm walking on thumbtacks.
You might want to adapt that bare lifestyle.
Look,
like Matt Collins.
I used to have flat feet at one point in time.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You're gonna have to get some insoles.
Well, so they say, I'm not like advocating for the barefoot lifestyle.
You sound like you are.
It does sound like I am. I just watched a couple of videos, guys. But they say that like there are exercises and things that you can do while working on your flat feet to help you adapt to that barefoot lifestyle, and in the long run, it'll be better for your feet.
Yeah, I mean, look, I remember whenever managed to wrap it up and like it, it straightened out, and I kept walking around outside and everywhere else with no shoes on. So I mean, and then like you said, if you adapt those exercises and everything.
So Matt Collins has ushered in a very interesting conversation to the Falcons fan base, because I'm sure this is not going to be the only time we talk about it.
You know how it is on this show. You know how it is on this show. Jermaine Dupree's little brother says, what in the world, Bo? What I missed, man? We've been talking about the barefoot lifestyle, Jalen Carter, trading for DeAndre Hopkins. We've been talking about a little bit of everything, man.
Coach Lowe's soft feet.
Yeah, my soft feet, they're smooth as eggs.
His leather shirt.
My leather shirt, taking it back to the 80s, because the Falcons taking it back to the 80s. But so we've been talking about a whole bunch. JJ says, wait a minute, how do you know if you got soft feet? Just ask it for a friend. Well, look, if you rub your feet together and it creates sparks.
Or you hear you
do not have soft feet.
You don't have soft feet.
Now, if you go get a pedicure and all the ladies compliment you, telling you how soft your feet are, and they were pleasantly surprised. And they put the thing over it, and it was like, I don't have to do it because there's nothing coming off of it. Then you're like me and have soft feet.
You have soft feet.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man. Coach Waller says, Coach Lowe, what do you think about going offensive lineman with that 8 pick? I would consider it. We do need help at guard and at center, but you know, I don't see a guard that I want to take that high at 8. That's the thing. But once again, just like Coach Ronnie mentioned, basically Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith, they're like, hey, if you like it, I love it. Let's go ahead and take the guy that we want. He's our best player available. They're not worried about who everybody else, what everybody else thinks about him. If he's their best player available, then they're taking him. So, I can't knock it. Josh Quick, he says Matt Hollins is going to surprise us. If I ever get a chance to speak to Matt Hollins at training camp, I'm definitely going to have some questions about the barefoot lifestyle. But I didn't know. I remember hearing somebody talk about it, but I didn't know that was him. Have you verified this, Coach Ronnie?
No,
Okay, so we could just be having this whole
conversation about nothing, right?
Yes, and it's not him.
Well, look, everybody can leave today, with some information to consider inculcating the barefoot lifestyle in their lives.
But
at minimum,
you really pushed this, but
I am not pushing it. I'm just saying.
You were Birkenstocks.
I was just saying.
You were Birkenstocks and Target.
First of all, I don't like the Birkenstocks now. They hurt my feet, and that's actually when I started looking at the barefoot lifestyle videos. So I was like, I thought Birkenstocks are supposed to be the natural contour of your foot. I was like, these things hurt.
I hear a lot of people say they hurt.
Yeah, they hurt.
You just got to get used to them. That's like anything painful. Anything painful if you start getting used to it.
But what they're saying is, okay, I'm not getting into it. I watched the whole video. Essentially, it's making the muscles lazy in your feet. That's why you're experiencing pain. You need to actually be training those muscles, and the Birkenstocks are terrible for that.
Oh,
barefoot lifestyle. There it is.
But you're not involved in the barefoot lifestyle.
You keep. I feel like you keep bringing it up, and I just apply the information that I read about it.
Well, you keep,
and now you're acting like I'm pushing it.
You kind of are. Everybody in the chat, if Coach Ronnie pushing the barefoot lifestyle, put a 3 in the chat. If I'm the one that's bringing it up, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know. Because I really feel like you're pushing it. Because it's like, I just said something like, yeah, I like to talk to Matt Hollins about the barefoot. Like, yeah, because what I know about, I feel like you kind of pushing it.
I just tried to Google barefoot lifestyle and neck. I am not Googling.
Why not?
The pictures crazy.
What were the pictures?
There were a bunch of close-up pictures of feet. I feel like people pay for on the dark
web. Coach Ronnie got a foot fetish.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you'll start getting a whole bunch of suggested videos.
Look. Okay, I'm reading the chat though, and people are talking about how you're the one pushing your soft feet.
Let me see. So Chris, he says 3. He feels like you're pushing it, Coach Ronnie.
Okay.
Mudbone feels like you're pushing it. Smooth in here just laughing, so I think he agrees that you're pushing it. Anthony James, he says that Jameis Winston is going to the Super Bowl. You should have enough money to buy a ticket.
The Saints might not have enough money because y'all broke, but he should have enough money himself.
Jay Diaz says, I won't be mad at Bijan. Jay Black says 3. He feels like you're pushing it. JJ says, I've never seen somebody flex having soft feet. Like, hey, flex it. I'm just saying this. You have to flex facts. I mean,
is it a flex or is it facts?
Smooth says 3. Feels like you kind of pushing it.
Oh, but you skipped over JJ the Great. It said never seen someone flex.
Yeah, I just
you
read
didn't read that.
Yeah. Chris Lewis says soft foot bandit pushing his soft feet. Oh man. So yeah, I think most people agree with me, Coach Ronnie.
Shyler said I'm very informative about the barefoot lifestyle.
Yeah, you are,
because I watched some videos when my Birkenstocks were hurting me.
You are very, very informative. Like, are you watching these videos for informational purposes? Or are you?
I think if there's anything crazy, freaky I would be into, it's not going to be feet.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. All I'm saying is like you got all the details. That's all I'm saying.
And I randomly ended up with someone with the softest male feet around.
I'm telling you. And you know, I be wondering why like you always trying to rub your feet up against mine. It's like random moments.
Okay.
I'm just playing 2K. She's like rubbing her feet up against. I'm like, what's going on? So like I pull my feet away like slowly. You know, because you should be able to do that. You should be able to be like, okay, I don't want to play footsie right now, right? And then it's like Coach Rody makes it awkward. Why are you moving your feet away? See, I'm putting it all together.
First of all, you telling these people all of our business. I'm just trying to connect with you.
Okay.
Big low.
Okay.
And you be snatching your barely soft feet away.
Oh, so now they barely soft.
Okay.
Okay. Don't be trying to take away my softness because you know what I'm saying.
You be snatching your pungent feet away, even though I'm trying to connect.
All right, Coach Ronnie. First of all, we know that my feet aren't pungent at all
anymore.
That my feet
now that you use the Castile soap, y'all make sure y'all use that Dr. Bronner's.
Okay, Coach Ronnie. See, you tell all my secrets.
Oh, but you don't want to tell everybody how I'm trying to rub my feet against you. You playing 2K.
I just try to play 2K. Here comes Coach Ronnie. Oh, let me rub my feet again. She won't say nothing. She just do it. Just force herself on me.
He likes it, y'all.
No, I don't. Cause they be cold. It be like the most inopportune time. I'm like, you know, you don't want to just be like, no, don't do that. You know, so he's like, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna pull my feet away, you know. And then, why you pull your feet away?
How far down this path are you going? Can we get back to the Falcons talk?
Okay, I mean, look, I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, Trey says, not barely soft. She just said they were soft. See, it's like she got hate in the heart. So now they barely soft now. But they weren't barely soft when you try to rub all up on them. They weren't barely soft then. Oh my God. But now they barely soft. Wow. Then it goes from that to pungent.
Wow. So Trinity Clark says, what are we talking about?
Coach Ronnie
Can we get back on target?
We talking about Coach Ronnie hate. Overall is 98 Millie Mills. But yeah. So basically, we were talking about Matt Hollins and Coach Ronnie kept talking about barefoot lifestyle.
Why is Smooth C78 talking about feels like Ice Dagger's cold feet playing 2K?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm sitting here like, okay, just go sit here, play some 2K, and then like, what's going on?
I can't believe it. Oh my God.
Matt Town says, Big Low walking on the cloud. Yes, they soft. But see, Coach Ronnie, she gonna hate. Oh man, what's up, Raymond Collins? Much love to you, Bo. Ty Terry says, you should have went in the military. Nah, I probably wouldn't have made it. Yeah, Trey. She just fronting.
Okay.
Sheldon Brown, what's going on, Bo? He says, what it do, Big Low? He says, if Jalen is at 8 and the Falcons don't draft him, that would be another blunder for this franchise. This kid is a generational talent. And I understand what you're saying, but there's a couple of other generational talents out there, right? The Christian Gonzalez's of the world. You know, some people say Bijan Robinson is the best running back and he's not even in the NFL. They say he's the best running back in the NFL, and he hadn't even got drafted to a team yet. So it's just, I mean, it's one of those things. Coach Jacqueline says, keep your best foot forward, Coach. They're both of them, Coach Jacqueline. They're both of them. Billy Mills said, "Low, stop lying. You ain't no 98. You serious? Oh yeah. 98, bro. 98. So as a matter of fact, right now, I'm in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Series tied 1-1. I went 7 games with the Bulls till DeMar DeRozan got hurt. Mr. CDX said, "What in the world, Bo? Checking in from Coachella." David, hashtag move the chain gang. That's right, man. Much love to my homeboy, man. Much love to you. Y'all stay safe out there, Bo. We definitely gonna link up. Coach Wallace says, Coach Lowe, do you think we'll draft one of these big defensive ends or stay with our defensive front? I think we'll take one. And it could very well be in the first round, Coach. It could very well be in the first round. Ramsey Ward's in here, says, "What up, Big Low? Enjoyed you on the NFC South Roundtable. With all that talk about South feet, you must be stepping in high cotton." Nah, Bo. Nah. I live the barefoot lifestyle. So it's like, when I walk on the concrete and the sand and the mud and everything, I come home and wash my feet off. They just be soft. That's why, whenever I do wear shoes, I wear them expensive socks to make sure that it encapsulates my feet.
Oh gosh, back on the socks.
Back on the socks, Coach Rory. JJ the Great says, "What's your build and position?" I am a 3-level scorer, power forward. So 3-level scorer, power forward. What am I? 6'8", 235, 6'8", 235. Yeah. 7'2" wingspan. Smooth says, your Terry on the clock. Who is he picking at 8? We're going Christian Gonzalez. Neil Mill says, big ups to you, Big Low. You playing the neighborhood or the park? Now, I don't really do the neighborhood parts. I normally just, I just save it for the league. I don't do the whole neighborhood part thing. I just come and get, because the thing is, I don't get a chance to play that often because, Coach Ronan, she always got me doing something. And I'm always working, doing something. So I don't really get a chance to. So whenever I do get a chance to play, I just try to win this chip for the city. Because it don't look like the real Hawks trying to get us a chip right now.
Well, you ready to go see him on Saturday.
Shouts out to Coach Trey. Finna go see him. Finna be living the sweet life.
That should be fun.
Gonna be living the sweet life with Coach Trey. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
You can whip him into shape while you're down there.
Whip him into shape. I said they'll let us go on the court. Holler at Trey right quick. Like, hey, Trey. Huh?
No, they're not.
I go to secure. Hey, I'm Big Low Country. I need to get down there. Oh, man. Yes, you're right, man. Your free agency did us great. It put us back on the right track. Emmanuel says, that's what I'm saying, Big Low. Grab Christian Gonzalez with that 8 pick. Grab Jahmyr Gibbs. Man, where's this guy been all my life? Grab Jahmyr Gibbs when we can. And we said, yes, 1,000 times, yes. Yes. Man, Smooth says, expensive sock encapsulates my feet. Yes, that's right. I got to get the expensive sock. They just encapsulate. Because I live the barefoot lifestyle. Trinity Clark says, Coach Lowe, right. Them socks are important. I rock with socks made out of bamboo. See?
Oh, my gosh.
You need to tell me which kind you rock with. See, because I rock with the Mambas, and I rock with the Monfoots.
No, y'all see, he don't really rock with the Monfoot. You saw he couldn't even remember the name.
I rock with the Monfoot.
Afterthought, but those are the ones he throws at me.
I didn't throw them at you.
While he uses his bombas for his feet.
I didn't throw them at you, Coach Rody.
I'm just saying, y'all.
The Monfoots.
I'm not gonna talk about feet anymore tonight because y'all not about to label me.
Ain't nobody labeling
you.
You
tried to label me.
What I label you as, Coach Rody?
You got a little foot fetish.
I just said you kept going back to it.
You kept going back.
Everybody said it.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go rewatch this tomorrow, and I'm gonna pinpoint the moments that you kept going back.
You kept saying, you're like, look, I'm not an advocate.
lying.
Exactly. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Skylar said, Big Law, I need some tick. Hey, man, look, if I could, I would. If I could, I would. But yeah, Coach Ronnie, I think, I don't think you want to go back and listen to that, because if you do, you're gonna be like, wait a minute.
Keep it moving.
Keep
it moving.
Losky said, dang, the shirt is gray on the sides. Yeah, just like in the 80s. It's gray.
Got some orange too. In the
back. It
back.
got some orange. It got some gray here, and it got some orange down. It got some orange right there too. So yeah, just like in the 80s. Rising up, back on the street, just like the 80s. Oh man. Wait, Dibin put a flying foot in here, Coach Ronnie.
What? I think that's like an eagle or falcon or something.
Bill says, we miss Ed Oliver, Javon Kinlaw, Chase Young, and Jordan Davis. Terry, we need some help. Well, Javon Kinlaw, we could have got him. They traded up above us. Ed Oliver, we could have got him, but we once again we were drafting for need. Chase Young, he was first overall. We didn't have a chance at him. But I mean, look, we got a chance to do some special things. Jacqueline says, Coach, keep Dalvin or upgrade the center position. I would love Ben Jones, but I don't know exactly how that's going to work. One thing that we got to remember is that the longer free agency goes, the cheaper these free agents are going to be, right? Because the deals are drying up. But I would love to upgrade that center position, but I feel like we're going to kind of try to stick with the best that we have at that left guard, especially after re-signing Jermaine Ifedi. But I feel like to take this offense to the next level, we would need to get another center. Uncle Steve's in here. Uncle Steve says, all right, y'all. All that foot talk got Rex Ryan distracted from his coaching job.
Oh my God.
I want that kind of attention, Coach.
We can't make videos in the parking lot.
Nah, I ain't trying to do all that. I ain't trying to do all that. OnlyFans foot page, no. Mama says, Big Low, don't broadcast your feet too much because Fleece Johnson is going to hear. I sees it and I wants it.
I likes it and I wants it.
Oh man. Trinity Clark says, he says, I would draft Van Pran from Georgia next year. I mean, look, and see, that's a beautiful thing. It's like there's no excuse for us not to be in the playoffs next year because we're going to be having close to $100 million in free cap next year. So, I mean, I'm with y'all, you never know where the conversation is gonna go. You never know. All this foot talk, y'all are just
Are you getting ready to end it? You're closing it down?
Yeah.
Can we just real quick talk about the stuff going on with Lamar Jackson?
What you got?
I mean, because you told me how you said that no one's taking his calls to negotiate deals with him.
Yeah, so according to what I seen, they said that it was one of those cases where, and see, you bring up Lamar Jackson, you're gonna have Uncle Steve teary-eyed because he's still kind of hurting about that.
Okay.
But
I'm so sorry.
Shouts out to Uncle Steve. You just got 1,000 on YouTube.
Oh,
congratulations!
Wow. Congratulations.
But yeah. So from what I hear, they say that Lamar Jackson's representation has reached out to other teams,
and he doesn't have an agent, so his representation is his mom.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. So his mom is reaching out to all these other teams.
Yes.
And they're not taking her calls.
No.
They're not trying to negotiate at all.
No. Because they said that she's not licensed with the NFLPA or.
So my question was, you can only be in licensed or accredited agent through the NFLPA to negotiate with teams? Because you mentioned how Richard Sherman negotiated his own contract.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, well, he's a member of the NFLPA. So do you have to be a member or an agent to negotiate with teams? I find that.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how that works. I know that just like you said, Richard Sherman, he negotiated his own contract, but yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like, this might be big low conspiracy talking, but I feel like it's kind of icing them out.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna take, either you're going to, first of all, there's no need for you to keep all of this money. The agents, let this, let the cash flow go around. Let the agents get their 30-40% or whatever they get. But it's like, and we have guys that we work with, that are in the inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're just kind of icing them out, to be honest with you. What?
I don't know. It's just really interesting because, like I said to you, Lamar Jackson, I like him, appreciate his talent for sure. I feel like either this is not the right time to try this, or he's not quite the right player to try this, because there's enough that they can say to detract from him, to say, oh, well, no, we're not doing that because of this. We're doing that because, you've missed a lot of games and your production hasn't been, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that they can poke at and say, well, this is why we're doing it. It's not because you want your mom to be your agent, or, you don't want an agent.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they don't like that.
I mean, I'm sure they don't.
Right.
I mean, whenever it first happened, like whenever I first heard that, he didn't have traditional representation, I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. He's going to be able to keep more of his money.
Right. He gets to keep more of his own money.
But it's like, at the end of the day, it's one of those cases where, they, the powers to be, they're going to plot something up. They're going to plot something up.
And then they're offering him, what, 30-something million?
Yes.
As opposed to the 50 he wanted, which is very similar to what like an agent and a manager would have taken.
Yes.
Had they negotiated with him, so he ends up with the same amount he would have gotten had he had representation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So I mean, what so what you saying?
What you mean? What am I saying?
I mean, it sounds like you implying something.
No, I'm not implying anything.
Okay.
I feel like they've determined this is what we're going to pay you, whether you're wrapped or not. If you wanted 50 million, you wouldn't have kept 50 million anyway. So we're going to give you what you would have gotten with no agent, because you don't have an agent right now.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall whenever these conversations were happening, but I think it's one of those things where 5 or 6 years from now, it's all gonna come to the light. Like, we're gonna know exactly what happened, and if it is something negative that happened, the heads are gonna roll. It's gonna be something serious. The same way, like, everything's going down with the whole Washington Commanders team right now. And there were whispers for years about all the negativity of that franchise. It's like, now people are bidding on it because Dan Snyder can't even walk in the building no more.
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't know.
But you're just, okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, moving forward, it's like, if whatever does come to light, it's going to be crazy.
Seems like people in the chat don't feel like he's going back to Baltimore.
I see Uncle Steve says definitely teams are freezing them out, but don't be surprised if offers are accepted during the draft. He's not going back to the Ravens.
Yeah,
I think that's Uncle Steve's glimmer of hope. He's hoping for, keep hope alive, Unc. Keep hope alive. Coach Wilder says, I don't think it's none of that, and that his asking price is just too high. Manuel says Lamar is not going to play this year. Even if he does, he is a free agent after next year. If Ritter doesn't work out like we want, we could sign Lamar Jackson with the free agent contracts we're doing this year. I mean, and that's true.
Interesting.
You know, there's a lot of money out. Let's see here. Jacqueline says, "Don't be surprised if the Ravens trade up in the draft for a quarterback."
Oh wow!
It could happen.
Wow!
It could happen.
Wow.
Mr. Bill says, "Maybe it's just another way for teams to say Baltimore is going to match us anyway."
Yeah, and that's a caveat too, because even if you do put out a good offer for him, you're kind of wasting your time, because all that's going to mean is Baltimore is just going to pay the same amount.
Oh, really?
Him. That's what they might feel like that.
Yeah. Coach Wilder says he thinks Snyder already moved this stuff out of the Commander building. Tragic says, "What it do, Bo? What in the world?" Mr. Bill says, "Rumor has it Lamar went to school for this, and that's why he don't have an agent." Okay.
Oh, so he was studying sports management or something?
I guess so. I guess so. Jacqueline says, "I think the bridge is burnt between Lamar and the Ravens."
I definitely think there's probably hard feelings there.
I mean, it sounds like the Ravens are saying, every time you ask them, they're saying that Lamar is their quarterback.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're under the whole "I'm going to make you play for me" no deal, and that. I mean, how often does that work out?
It doesn't work.
It never works out.
That is the wrong attitude to have with your star QB.
Yeah, you're asking a young Thundercat, mid-20s, hey, you're going to play for me.
Yeah.
When it's like he could legit record a video holding the Gatorade and get millions of dollars.
Get millions. Yeah.
So
all y'all would subscribe. He jumps on YouTube.
Exactly. Aaron Donald created a YouTube channel. He had like 300,000 subscribers in like a span of a few hours. So it's like Lamar Jackson, if they're trying to do the whole, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make you play for us" deal, I mean, that just doesn't work. I mean, they tried it with Deshaun Watson, remember?
Yeah.
Sat
out the whole year.
And they were paying for Deshaun Watson's massage.
And they were still paying for his massages. Gooch massages.
See, you have to take it there.
Well, that's where he likes to be massaged. I was just mentioning it.
Ty Terry said, "That's beef and marriage, Lo." What? What Ty talking about? Oh man, says next year is our year for Lamar if Ritter doesn't work out. I think Ritter's going to work out, guys. I think it's going to be the move.
I mean, we shall see.
We shall see. We shall see. Coach Wilder says, "Coach Lowe, the Ravens are not going to do that." What's that? Move on from Lamar or try to make him play?
I think he's saying to make him play, probably.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, it's at the point now where that relationship is just so fractured. They need to just go ahead and
let him go.
Yeah, they need to just let it go. It's done.
So then Jacqueline might be right. They need to be drafting a quarterback.
They need to be drafting a quarterback this year. They were smart. They would have been traded.
I wonder what the Ravens fan base feels about this.
I don't know.
Just give away your star quarterback?
Well, I mean, you remember somebody from Baltimore was in our chat a few weeks ago whenever we were talking about getting Lamar Jackson, and they were like, "Look, if we let Lamar Jackson go, this fan base is gonna go crazy." Because remember they were talking. They was like, "This is predominantly an African American fan base." I don't
know how accurate that is. I don't think it's predominantly.
I mean, that's what he was saying in the chat. He said that this fan base is gonna go crazy if we let Lamar Jackson go. So I mean, to each his own. To each his own. I think at the end of the day, I don't think nobody cares as long as the Ravens are winning.
Yeah, but they're gonna look at it as you just letting our best chance to win walk out the door.
I mean, is he your best chance to win?
Prime.
Because you haven't won with him yet.
Woo! Yep, that's true.
I mean,
but I mean, has he been given all the tools that he needs to succeed out there?
I mean, he's had quarterback's best friends, a good running game, good defense,
and they've gone to the playoffs.
One of the best tight ends in the league. Now he hasn't had like a superstar wide receiver, but 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
3 out of 4 ain't
I
bad.
mean, nobody gets everything. It's kind of like LeBron James, right? Even LeBron James don't got everything. Even though some people do think he got everything, it's like he athletically gifted, billionaire. Never had to go to a job a day in his life, but he don't got everything. He's balding, and he wants to have hair. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody has everything. The same thing with Lamar Jackson. He would like to have a wide receiver, but he got everything else. Brandon Katz in here, he says Lamar Jackson would fit perfectly in Atlanta. They have the offensive line and the big targets in Pitts and London. And Mac Hollins. Don't forget about Mac Hollins. Yeah. But what's going on, Tyler Russell? Much love to you, Bo. See you in here. Hope you and Coach Christine doing good tonight, family. Definitely. Brandon says Atlanta should do what it takes to get Jackson. I don't think it's gonna happen this year.
Nah, it's not.
I think Lamar Jackson gonna go somewhere random that a lot of people didn't expect.
I feel like he probably just gonna stay in Baltimore, right?
I think he's going to the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow. Well, they did just get rid of Jimmy. How was their rookie? What's his name? Trey something?
Trey Lance.
He got hurt. Is he not expected to come back? They just giving up?
I don't think they giving up, but
they traded up for this man. They're already moving on. Man,
I don't know if they moving on.
Well, if you talk about they getting Lamar Jackson,
I think they would get Lamar Jackson. But
that means they're moving on from him.
That's if that's the case. I think that's what it would be, but they might, on their side, they might be legit steady trying to keep him. Alex starts in here. He says, Panthers fan here. Just showing love to the homie. Much love to you, Alex. I appreciate you, Bo. Appreciate you. Make sure that you show Rashard. Tell Rashard and Dave, Big Lil and Coach Ron to ask about him and tell them that I said stop getting naked. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. The Colts could make a run for Lamar Jackson, too.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting. Yeah, so, it's going to be interesting. I feel like there's going to be a couple of blockbuster trades in this draft. And we're going to see exactly, what goes down. Well, look, y'all, we definitely appreciate everybody for coming on and chopping it up with us. I got to clean up tonight. I got to clean some stuff up. So I would stay on here and chop it up with y'all a little bit more. But, we got to go ahead and see what we can get done. But look, man, I need y'all to stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. And, we'll catch y'all on the next. So make sure that you hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet on your way out. Also, make sure that you subscribe and share the channel with your friends and family. We're going to be having fun this year. I think the draft isn't going to be open for the bench.
Because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, because Taylor Swift. Dred says, breaking news, the Atlanta Falcons just signed Coach Lowe Fish to a 3-year, 15-hook deal. This is game changing.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Well, look, man, y'all stay safe, man. Y'all take it easy.